Let me type that quickly. Okay, cool. So the striker build I've gone for, that's not the right point to start with. The striker build I went for, I have gone... he shouldn't be 6'3", he should be 6'2", because I believe that's Walker's height, playing height. 6'2", 220 pounds, because I believe if you go lighter, yeah, you lose the strength. You use the strength and you kind of gain like a tiny bit of speed and acceleration, but it's not really worth it. You're better off with the strength, I think, given the play style, and your jumping gets better being heavier, I think. Yeah, your jumping gets better, so you might as well be like a 200-pound monster up front. 2 seconds, I just have a text message I've just got answer to. The reason why I'm doing this one last as well is because out of the three of the builds, the cam's the one I'm most comfortable with. The CDM's the one that I'm probably least comfortable with, and didn't really get a good chance to show it off. But this is the one that's probably going to be the most fun to play as. So where do I want to go? Let's have a look at what I've done with your points and what have you. So I've stuffed a few into strength and jumping. Again, here I've put it into strength, stamina, and jumping, just to make sure that. I think I just put an extra one into stamina just so that you can run a bit more. But I mean, it doesn't really matter. Nothing in defending's needed. Not a lot in dribbling. Well, none in dribbling either, because you shouldn't really be dribbling that much. Nothing in passing, because you shouldn't really be passing too much, particularly either. Shooting, I've just put everything I could into heading as much as possible, and then a little bit in finishing and a little bit in long shots because I had a couple of points left over. And then for this side of it, I've put one in pace just to be a little faster. Acceleration's kind of the big one. You could always take the points out of your finishing, but I think you're probably better off with them in finishing and shooting rather than acceleration. Put them in acceleration so you can get this one down here too, because that's your burst to get through or past a player. Obviously nothing in goalkeeping either. For your perks, I stuffed on set piece beacon because, yeah, why wouldn't you? And physical strength as well, just because it seems like the best for when you jump in, jostling, etc., etc. You're going to be doing plenty of that with this big fella. Why is it now gone to 6'1"? What is going on here? Edit that. Athletic. It doesn't want me to be 6'2", does it? 6'2". The other thing that I did was under position, rather than playing centre, if you look at your heading accuracy, your finishing goes down, your heading accuracy for centre goes up massively. It's like, that's the one you kind of want to look at. Everything else takes a dip, but your heading accuracy through the roof. 96 heading accuracy. That's insane. Absolutely insane. So let's see if we can drop in and find a game. The things that you kind of want to work towards as well would be weak foot accuracy for your shooting, and that bull archetype, I think, for the heading, which I think you already have anyway. Which if you stick it as a striker, you'd have like what, 100 heading, something ridiculous like that. You'd max out the heading stat. Hopefully we're able to find a game pretty quickly. So it's searching for a match. Alright, fine, fair enough. The main things that you kind of want to be doing with the striker build that you're just not really doing particularly loads at the moment is looking for that Haaland style movement, which is hopefully what we're going to try and get going here. I mean, I've not played with this build before, so this will be interesting for me, and this is kind of like the experiment that helps me gauge the players that I'm playing with as well in the team, is it gives me more of an idea of how fast your movement is, where you're going, where you're playing. It helps break that down a bit more so that it's not just me whipping balls aimlessly in at you. But it's really more just positioning, attacking the back post, and then, because we are a big boy, I'm going to try and play a little aggressive as well. Which this will have some of the dark arts in it as well, which, hey, if I can do it properly, then I'll bleed it over into Ben's video and be like, hey, go and watch this as well. See how I'm playing up front, and then use that as an example for how you can do it the opposite end. Oh, weird, I'm playing on the right wing. Well, this is going to be fucked. I guess there was another striker, so it just put three as a forwards. Alright, fine. Rather than playing on the right wing, I'm basically going to play as a right striker. Just to give you more of an idea of what you can do. Obviously, you're on the left more than you are right. It'd only be if Tange abandons his position.
And a warm welcome on what is an ideal night for football, you've got to say. I'm Derek Ray, and my commentary partner, as
immediately
always,
go up
is
and
Stuart
lumber up, so
Robson,
I'm up,
and getting
up
ready
here
for
for the
what could be
kickoff.
potentially thrilling action here.
No, yeah, you do play on the
Stuart,
right
what
of
are you
the
expecting to
striking too,
see?
don't you, more often?
Well, Derek, we can
Immediately
talk
from the
about
kickoff,
coaches
I'm
and
just
their
going to jog
methods, but it's
forward.
now down to the
So I'm in
players.
that striking
Which
position.
ones
I'm
are going to
basically on the
stand
halfway
out? Who
line.
will affect the game?
Goalkeeper's
and who
got
will
the
have
ball.
the
I can't
greater
keep. Let's stick
desire?
it long.
It
Stick
should
it
be a
long. Doesn't
cracking
want
game,
me.
though.
Here, I'm just jogging. Just going to jog. Now I'm going to do a little sprint. Just going to jog. I'm sit in this position here.
Can he find the net?
You probably should have found me there.
Showing tremendous command.
From a set piece, it's put me in the middle here.
How about the
They've
short
gone
corner?
short. I'm like, come on, give it to me. I'm a giant. No, don't want to know.
This looks interesting.
With the back stick, getting in between the defenders. Fine, lost the ball. I'm going to jog back. And go slightly more right so it doesn't keep nagging at me to get in my position.
No, high quality defending.
Here again, I'm going to play as that
And
post
plenty
player.
of
I'm going to
scope
rake
to
the
be
run down the
created
channel
in
this
that
time.
wide
Doesn't want
position.
it. Sees El Greedo in.
It's looking
I'm just going to
promising.
hold L2. Back into this space. That's a terrible
Well,
ball.
possession back. What can they do from here? That's how to blunt the edge of the opposing attack.
Dancing around there. There you go, he's run it back. I've sprinted, I'm coming back now. I'm sprinting to the back post, going to the front, sprinting to the near post. Nothing on there, he's gone there.
He's blocked it.
He had multiple chances to find me there. Again, I'm going to float in this gap here. Perfect to pick me out. Won the header.
Fractionally over the top.
Near post headers are really hard to stop in FIFA. I'm just going to float into this gap here. Stay nice and high from the goal kick so that they can't play it short. Here I've dropped in. Now I'm going to drop off the shoulder of that man. I'm going to go
Good looking ball.
in between the two defenders in a minute. There we go. Just make that little jink and run.
But ultimately,
It's all about
upper
like
cul-de-sac.
sprint, stop, sprint. I don't think they're going to cross it to me once, so that's probably not going to help a lot here.
Nicely cut out. And it might be.
I don't know what that goalkeeper's playing
It
at.
was served up on a silver platter for him.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to cross it to me once, which is going to be a pain in the arse. I don't want them to keep attacking down the right because that's not putting me at the back post, which is kind of where you want to be. I guess maybe I just have to attack the back post.
That's just not good enough.
Again, from the kickoff, I just want to get
1-0
forward.
then.
If you're doing the kickoff, you want to lay the ball off and then just get forward, get up high in the defender's face. You can just sit right in front of, on top of your defender. You can play as high as you want. Here, I'm going to make a crossing run. He's gone out wide.
Madanovsky.
Body checked him. Now in that space at the back stick, calling for it.
Chance to finish.
Tap in at the back stick. There you go. That's exactly the position you want to get into, where you just move. You go from near posts, because if someone's making the run out wide, and then if that's not open, make the run to the back post.
Well, here it is again.
I did that all while sprinting.
Transition.
Got in the position at the back stick.
And the finish is
And
just
it's a little
as
tap
good.
in for me.
That's an excellent goal.
So the ball is rolling again at 1-1.
Again, here we're just going to jog forward. Don't care about defending. Not my job. I'm going to push forward here. I'm going to let him do his thing. I'm just going to hold L2 and walk around, mince about a bit.
And they trouble the opposition
There
this
is the
time.
space out wide. I'm going to take it there.
But they dealt with the
Piss.
threat posed.
Pick my pocket. Again, don't care about defending. Just going to jog back. I'm actually
Well, they'll be
walking back
happy
at
to
this
have
point.
regained
So it
possession.
keeps the line nice and high and keeps their defenders pinned in. Here again, I'm going to push up. I'm going to play in between the two centre-halves.
Looking confident with the ball
Come,
at his feet.
I've got isolated and I'm in front of my man. If you've got the crossing, you absolutely
And a
have me.
useful
I've peeled off
cross.
here. Give myself the
Dealt
space
with
to
that ball
attack.
played in rather well.
Here again, we're just going to peel back, go to the back post. And again, I'm just going to come in front of my man.
Losing possession a bit easily.
I've lost it. Just going to run back here. Not sprinting, just jogging. Because they're moving pretty quick. Just keeps
In
me up the
position
pace of
here
play.
to protect the ball. Moving into
Wants me
the
to be a bit
advanced
over this
position.
way, but you know where to sit from the
Could
kickoff.
be. Palmed away by the keeper.
Here I've actually just stopped moving, and now I'm just going to jog a little wide so that the winger's got an outlet man.
It's just a
Here
matter of
again,
time
he's got an
before
outlet
they
if
do
he
score,
needs it.
Derek. They've been piling on the pressure now and really should be ahead
Probably
in this
should
one.
have done a bit better with that. Here I'm not going to bother, I'm just going to walk into my position really.
Still on level terms, moving the ball nicely. And getting across to stop it.
Awful positioning. That's because I'm not bothering to mark out wide. In the corner,
So
I'm
the
tight-ish
corner
to my
played into the
man.
box.
That's sort of 5 yards. I was saying with Andrew.
And that attack going up a dead end. And the keeper has the ball.
Here I'm just going forward, nice and slowly. Give the goalkeeper time. No one needs to call for it early. We'll just play nice and slow there. Here, I've just made a little run down the alley. Going to hold L2, hold it up. Didn't even move. Gave me the space to play in. And just laid it off to a midfielder. Here, wants me to be at right wing. I don't want to play right wing, so I'm telling them to go fuck themselves. I'm going to play up front.
An alert intervention.
Here again, he's absolutely roasted his man. I'm now peeling away to the back stick because he's attacking the front. I'm isolated. Yeah, it's unfortunately picked out the wrong player. Notice how I just stopped moving though, but I made sure I was in front of my man when I did it. Here, I can see he's got the space there. I'm in between the two defenders.
Well, those stats tell you
just in case he wins that and knocks it back across, and I'm just there in between the two defenders to tap it in.
And all done at a high tempo. It's been very entertaining so far.
I'm just going to slowly jog my way over.
Santos.
I'm actually going to slow down and walk back here. I'm still walking. Here we're just going to sprint at the back stick. Chop, change. Ah, piss.
In the opinion of the referee,
ooh, penalty. I was actually, what I was going to do is sprint at the back post, hit the L2 to stop,
well, I like that from the referee.
And then change and come to the near post is what I was about to do there.
I think he's got it right.
And in it goes.
Yeah, well taken pen. Always from penalties, if you're on the edge of the box, just hold R2 and forward and get ready to sprint in just in case the keeper misses, keeper saves it. Or, you know, tangents woodwork. Kick off again, nice and high. Don't need to worry about going after that one. He's going to play it off. Play it wide. I'm just holding L2. I'm just a big man. There you go, look at that. Tried to get it up to me, didn't quite work.
Well, able to survive.
It's just that little 5-yard bit of space. I'm not tight to my defender. Just hanging off of them. Here I'm really high, really aggressive, playing right on the end, on the line. There, he's got tackled. He probably should have just gone backwards with it in that position. But, you know, El Grido's. There, they've stepped up. I've gone on.
Getting forward. And credit is due for that good piece of defending.
If he'd beaten his man, I'd have had the time to get in between the two centre-halves.
There will be 1 minute added on at the end. Could be dangerous.
Again here, I can't be bothered to get back defensively, so I'm just kind of walking back. Never mind.
Level again.
Not my job to defend. Someone else should have been there.
Well, here it is again, and
I'm ready to spring a counter.
But you have to ask questions of the keeper. He's got to have that near post covered for me. No wonder
I've just jogged inside, just so I can get forward immediately from the kick-off.
And there it is, the half-time whistle.
It's little nuances. It's really hard with your physical profile of player as well, because you do kind of you're not as mobile and able to like chop and change from going from sprinting to standing. That's kind of the hardest bit. I'd just say focus on attacking the back post. Make sure you're onside. Float at the back stick. Because you'll get 5 to 6 goals even if we just chip the ball over to the far post. The other thing to be alert for as well is that sometimes you can head the ball in, or sometimes the goalkeeper will track you even if it is like it looks like you can head it in. Keep an eye and make sure you can cut it back sometimes with a header. I'm not going to get the opportunity to show you that in this, but there are times where you can nod it off if you think the angle's too tight. And we should, in theory, have Tange in the box or Andrew on the edge of the box to nod it off to.
And so the second half gets underway. Almost a case of the two teams
Here
saying
again,
to each
you
other,
go straight forward, go really high, not fuss about, you know, coming deep. Made himself available if he wants to go short. They're going wide.
Chance to
now attacked the box. I found space. He's gone over like a sack of potatoes. I'm just going to walk back, disappointed. Quietly judging him.
Through beautifully.
I'm going to jog back now because I'm offside.
Wonderful header, excellent goalkeeping. An opportunity to forge ahead from this corner situation.
Here, I've just moved that so I can see what I'm doing. I've got in front of the man, headed it away.
Trying to build a head of steam. Another corner it'll be.
Here again, you can see him at the back post, so I don't need to adjust my camera. I can see the man making a run outside. I'm not too fussed about him because he's just deep, being a Wally. There you go. Wally boy's lost it. As soon as we go, just hammer in a straight line on the right trigger.
Well, let's see what they have in store for them on the break.
Got acre of space if he wants to slip it into me, which he has done.
Pass.
Seen the man at the back post, little triangle pass and laid it off. Rather than trying to go for the tap in myself, go for the layoff. Looked like I was choked that lad there. I scored the goal with. Go on the floor. Here again from the kickoff, gets central and aggressive.
3-2 it is. Who would have predicted
Just
that?
going to jog forward. Don't need to sprint at them. Let them do whatever. Get your position back. Now playing as that centre forward. Just walking back. Have a little jog back so you're on side. There he goes. Won it back. Slow it down. Don't need to sprint. Defender's backing off already. Now I'm sprinting to try and get through the middle. Doesn't fancy a pass over the top. And I was going to sit in front of my man. Now I've peeled off, a little bit of space, a little bit of room. They're in front of me, so really what I want is there you go, out to the side. He didn't work it fast enough really, or his pass was cack. He should have passed it out wide. I'd have flowed out wide to that. Here again, getting back, staying high on the defenders. I'm having a little cheeky look, I'm having a peel outside. I've actually gone wide this time, so I'm here to play as a post and come behind him. Doesn't want it, so I'm going to jog back into my position.
But really sticking to the
That's on him, he shouldn't have fucked around with that there. He's the one who cost us that ball.
Oh, he's really opened them up here.
Again, I'm a wee bit offside, but it doesn't really matter. If we're either going to score, or if we get the ball back, I've got enough time to jog back and get back on side anyway. There's no point sprinting back.
Well, here it is again, and the pace in which they break forward is devastating. It's so hard to defend against, and his movement's so clever. Once he gets onto it, there's only one thought in his head.
Takes the kick off.
As hard as possible.
So imagine if you take the kick off, see where I'm standing, you take it, and then immediately spin. Up you go.
This has been quite the fight back.
Nice and aggressive. Up and playing off their back line. And then here, look at that space that I've left there. Stop, check me run, come inside.
But they took care of the situation defensively.
It's a shame he couldn't beat his man there, because I had actually found space in between both defenders. Here again, we're just going to jog back. Don't need to sprint.
This looks promising. And played in. No nonsense
well dealt with by the defenders. I want to be nice and high, so I provide an outlet ball for my team. Here, there's a little bit of space there. That's it, make the diagonal run. Lovely pass. Shocking first touch. And I probably should have just, rather than pushing for the right stick to try and get that in front, I should have just controlled it and slowed the game down again. That's my fault for thinking I was faster than I was. Here I dropped in a little deeper there just to make sure that if they did want to go back, I could put pressure on him. Here again though, just jogging back, staying in front of my defender. Keeping the position. There's a gaping hole here outright, so I'm going to make the run out wide.
Mark.
That's it, I'm just going to hold it up, so I've got no pace. He's come back, he's got fouled.
Taken away, he won the ball. That's a fairly
gets in the way, so I
easy
can't press
save
the
for
keeper,
any
but that's
keeper
fair
to make.
enough.
Into the final 20
Header
minutes.
out wide there.
Can they
Here
trouble
I've got
the
that little bit of space in
time?
between the centres. See a cut, jinx,
But quick
jived.
thinking
I
defensively.
sprinted, held L2, sprinted again.
Well, the
It's that
counter
little
chance looks
go stop
very
go
real.
movement. Sometimes you'll lose a defender. You won't always, but sometimes you might. I think having a little extra in acceleration as well allows you to give that little burst where you just attack the space in between. It's awful
And he's
goalkeeping.
made it a brace for himself. The defender's just unable to stay with him, and he's having a field day.
Well, just look how he holds off the defender. He keeps his balance and he still hits the target. What a good goal that is.
Well, a dramatic moment near the end, and that might well be the decider.
Here I'm just going to flow back forward again. He's gone looking over the top. It's an awful pass.
Here.
Just had to hammer the accelerator and try and get there.
How can she pick out a
Tried to
teammate?
attack the space. I'm offside. Fair enough. Broke down. Wasn't really going to do it. I had no confidence that player was going to do anything with the ball there anyway.
Possession, but their speed
It's developing nicely for them here.
Just jog back. Goalkeeper's given up as well. That's interesting.
This defence, time and again, they simply can't handle him.
Well, let's look at this again, Derek, because the transition when the ball changes hands is so quick. And once he gets onto it, he just smashes it past the keeper with great technique. What an emphatic finish that is.
Here again, we'll go
we see
forward.
all that often. 5-3.
Don't worry too much about providing the passing option. It's for the midfielders to get in there. Here I'm just going to call for it long. Little cheeky chip. There you go. Little nod off. That should have been to the blue one. White didn't go to it. Fuck knows.
Well,
Fifa's heading's weird.
And mistimed the run, sadly. That's offside.
Here it's going to put me out wide, so I'm going to trundle him narrow. I'm going to call for it long. I'll call for it long again. If the guys look, so actually now I'm in front of the right back. Oh, he waited too long. If we'd gone down the side, down the wing, he actually had me isolated with the right back. That's something that's really useful as well. You can always start out wider, and isolate yourself out there with between the right back and centre back. And then if the centre half loses interest in you and you're just going up for a header against the right back, you've already got a height advantage on him. So that'll work out nicely. It's all just about those little movements. I know we're getting absolutely buried here, but it'll be like, oh, you're not playing in the right wing position. That's where
here's the replay, and it all starts with the delivery into the box. Just begging someone to get on the end of it, and it ends up with a fairly simple finish. Certainly not much the goalkeeper can do about that.
If I just stand, oh no, I can't stand that close. Right.
It's a massive lead, and it's very hard to
forward.
imagine them losing it now.
Offside, so I'm just going to come back.
5 minutes to go.
Here, I'm just in an acre of space. Didn't want to pass and find me.
Getting forward.
Again, I'm just there at the back stick. Loitering around. I'm just going to sit in this gap again, just in case we win the ball back. I'm just going to float in here.
Not to be
nice, there we go, nice and slow. We've won it. I've jinxed behind the defender. They can't look over their shoulder, the AI, so they don't know you're there. So it then allows you to then burst off into the gap they've left.
Silvestri.
Here we're just going to jog back and stand on the halfway line, kind of.
Take it away.
There we go. That's a less than ideal ball. Here we let the winger call for it. There's a massive great big space here. There you go.
And
that's where you can absolutely peg it down the wing, and then if the centre-back's not interested, fine, you can go out there. What I would have done there is I wouldn't have sprinted, because I learnt a lesson from that. I would have just held it up, stopped on the ball dead, waited for someone to lay the ball off to. That's where ideally from that position, Tange would then flow into the box and he'd get in the middle, or Scott comes in from the opposite side, you know, whichever way around it is, doesn't really matter. I'll bomb in from the opposite side. I'm always happy to be in the box. It only gave him a 7.7 because it was like, you should have been playing on the wing. Which one am I? Where am I? There we go. You can see from a heat map, it's like, you should have been playing out there, but I was just basically floating in the middle, basically all the time. One goal, did I get an assist? I did, apparently. Oh yeah, I did add that one that I laid off, didn't I? Best player in the team, still can't. There you go, with possession map, little bit out on the right, mainly in the middle. Didn't do anything super fancy. Shooting, both of my shots right in the box, at the back post in that area. Passing, most of it, you know, laying it off left or right. No major amounts of passes, only 4 or 5. But it's all just the little bits, and attacking the back post is kind of it, making sure you're onside as well. I mean, for the one that I scored at the back post, they did really well to get down the line and attack that space. That's something that we don't do that much. We tend to just get in the position and whip across him, which you obviously didn't see at all in that game. But, yeah, heading's its own weird, beastly thing. But anyway, hopefully that will have helped a little bit. Fingers crossed. Any questions, and let me know.